Ken Clayton with Green Cycle Design Group. Today we're demonstrating our all-electric kit car dune buggy. As you can see up on the dash, it's the instrument gauges with the green emblems in them are all proprietary, and it's what we've developed over the last 4 years to fix problems, to create a solution to problems that we've been running with when doing conversions with other people's products. For example, the ammeter, you'll notice it's really wide from 0 to 100. And we do that because when we're running down the road, we'll run about 100 amps on the flat. So I can sit there and tweak my range very easily in less than 5 amp increments. The voltmeter, 0 is set at nominal. And we know when we go up to a plus 13, it's fully charged. When we go down to a minus 13, we're fully depleted. And over here we have our fuel gauge. This tells us how full our pack is. And after about 10 full cycles of charging, the fuel gauge will automatically set itself. And I know with this vehicle, after a little bit of time and testing, that every 10% of the pack is approximately either 4 miles in cold weather or 5 miles in really good warm weather. What we're going to do is take a trip around the neighborhood and give you a good idea on how all these gauges work and the green cycle concept. You'll notice I'm actually shifting without a clutch. That's because the AC motor that we have in here, we've actually turned the regenerative braking off. The reason we've done that is the way I drive is mostly out in the country in about 45 mile an hour speed limits. Having the regen turned off allows me the ability to take my foot off the accelerator like I have right now and go down to 0 amp draw, but still have the vehicle motivate. This extends our range considerably more than what regenerative braking would do. If I were in a town setting or up in the mountains and going up and down the hills considerably, I would definitely hook the regenerative braking back up to take advantage of 2 situations. The first is we would take advantage of the energy to go back into the pack itself by going downhill. The second part is we would reduce the amount of wear on the brakes. So 2 big advantages to regen. But out here in the country, having regen actually ends up hurting our range and our mileage. What my wife and I like about this, we can go into town for supper in the evenings. We can actually sit there and talk about the day's events without having a loud motor blaring away and prevent us from having a great conversation. You'll notice I've still been in coasting and I'm down to 0 amp draw. With this motor and battery combination, on the flat at about 45 miles an hour, I'll be pulling a consistent 100 amps. Right now I'm in 2nd gear, and 2nd gear allows me to go up to 62 miles per hour. So in a vehicle like this, we're actually considering taking reverse, 1st, 3rd, and 4th gears out of the vehicle or out of the transaxle and locking it straight into 2nd gear. We would then put a little lever on the dash that would allow us to flip and go into either reverse or forward. This buggy is really designed to be able to head out to the beach, enjoy your trip into town, enjoy your trip back out, even drive up and down the beach if they allow it. And you do it all very quietly, because why else go to the beach? You go there to rest, relax, and get motivated to head out the next week and go back to work. What we're doing right now is actually videotaping. We're actually videotaping with the sound on as we are driving to give you an idea how quiet this vehicle really is. We can run with we have kits that are available in a 1952 MG, a 1934 Mercedes 500K, and believe it or not, a couple kits, a 55 Chevy Bel Air and a 57 Chevy Bel Air kit. The Porsche 356 kit that's available is actually developed around a Subaru suspension. What we'll do is stand up and we'll take a picture of the cells in the back. And what we have back here are 24 100 amp hour lithium cells. Each of the circuit boards actually provides safety for the individual cell. It prevents it from becoming overcharged or from deep discharging it. Down here we've got the motor and the controller combination. This is an AC three-phase motor, and it loves to run at 6,500 RPMs. That's why we're able to achieve the 62 mile an hour in second gear. Along with our gauge set that we showed earlier, we have a little black box under the dash that allows for data logging. And then you can actually log into the Green Cycle website, take the SD memory card out and download it onto your own profile, and you can track all of your day's events or any special trips to find the most efficient path to and from work. Okay. The website data logging comes with the package of the gauges themselves, and it's free to use for the customers. As you can see underneath the hood, which we are the only dune buggy company that provides a lifting hood, and we have more cells. We actually have 12 more, so a total of 36 cells in this package. We have a light board, and it's also called an auxiliary board. And what it does is it's preloaded for all standard DOT lighting. That allows us to wire up standard DOT lighting scheme in about 1 to 1.5 hours. There are no flasher modules, relays. It's straight solid state controls, and it just plug and play system. As you can see right here, that is what we call our ignition board. And that board has 4 relays on it. And the relays are timed so that we don't draw an excessive amount of energy from the 12-volt battery all at one time. The relays are set at 1.5 seconds apart from each other. And 2 relays, 1 and 2, come on when you hit the accessory position with your switch. Relays 3 and 4 come on when you hit the run side of your switch. We can charge. This board controls the charging of the EVSE standard charging stations. So the other thing it does that's really unique is we can also charge the 12-volt battery right from the wall outlet all at the same time. So when you plug in once, you're charging the 12-volt battery as well as the pack battery. The other really cool part is if you let the vehicle sit for a couple days and there's any parasitic draw on that 12-volt system, it will actually pull the car out of sleep mode for about 15 minutes put a good hard charge to the 12-volt battery, and then put it right back into sleep mode. Nobody can drive off while it's in that mode, that charging mode. We also have, with the gauges, we've got two other circuit boards which are a little difficult to see in this video, but this one monitors our speed and our tachometer. The one on the other side monitors our voltage and our amperage. And because we've got this all set up on circuit boards, we can actually log all that data into an SD memory card. And then, as I mentioned earlier, download it for free onto our website, and you're off and going. And you can track your trips. You can say, wow, this is more efficient going to work this route and more efficient coming home a completely different route. The cool part on what we're doing here is this kit can go into virtually anything. We can break it up into portions. So if you only want the gauge portion, no problem. We can actually sell you just the gauge portion. If you want the ignition system, we can sell you just the ignition system. And that's the cool part about what we do. It's all simple, and the data sheets that we've created, we actually draw the components. We don't give you a bunch of wiring schematics and you have to be a double E to know what's doing what. We tell you what wire to connect to which pin and make life very simple. We believe that this vehicle can be completely assembled from the wheels up in approximately 2 weekends by 2 guys. That's the goal. 2 weekends, 2 guys. Just want to say thank you, and then if there's anything else we can do to help you, give Green Cycle a call and we'll make it happen.